But it's fun for me because I enjoy the mental side, as you know. Enjoy the mental side of the game. So learning from Josh, Mick, and Bo, and how they see it, and it could be the same play I've run before, but what's their philosophy? It could be different, and so it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
We talked to Josh the other day about learning how not to lose games.
Yes,
and is as important, or maybe goes hand in hand with winning games.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's been more of an emphasis, not to talk about anybody else that's been here before, but more of an emphasis on that side of things?
Well, I can talk about Josh, and I know Josh has emphasized the heck out of that. How fumbled snaps, picks, fumbles, penalties, offense, defense, special teams, how fundamentals come into play on those things, and how we drill those things, and the fundamentals of things is something that we work really hard at, something that we do a lot of here in this, I guess, system, in all three phases, and hopefully that'll result into what he's saying that happening for us.
Do you think it has a chance to? Because history, the most penalized team in the league has been, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be mitigated out of there or governed out of there?
I sure hope so. There's been times where I'm like, dude, no way, and hopefully one of the things is like, hey, if that's the case, then we need to work 10 times harder at it. And so it's really been emphasized on fundamentals, making sure the penalties that we can eliminate, especially the mental ones, the pre-snap ones, all those kind of things. It's really been a huge emphasis with Josh and our coaches.
It'll probably be a discussion between you and him, but one extra game, do you have a preference? What you do on Thursday, how much you play at different amount of playing time during this preseason than the last ones, or is it just him?
I'm not gonna lie to you, we haven't even talked about it. So do I have a preference? Oh no, I don't care. I think with the way that I've always tried to practice, I don't treat it any different from the speed of how I want to play, and I push our receivers and the coaches do too to make it as real as possible, so that. If we play preseason, awesome. If we don't, we're still ready, and from the speed of things. And when you got, Max and Chandler and those guys and how hard they practice, you get a simulation of a real rush and things like that. So we haven't talked about it, but we try and make practice as if, hey, we don't know if we are, or, those kind of things. So preference-wise, we do so much. I don't really have a preference. If we play, awesome. Anytime you get a chance to put an NFL uniform on and play, you're excited. But again, for me, it don't matter. I've played in them, I haven't played in them. Either way, we'll be ready.
Derek, now that you've seen a couple padded practices, it's not everything so far, but what have you thought of the offensive line to this point?
Yeah, I think that Carr and Cam are doing a great job of pushing the physicality with them. I think that they're really, I hate using that term all the time, but it really is what they're doing. They're really working hard in their individual, because when they get to us, they're grinding, and they're taking what they learn in the individual and the one-on-ones and boom, in the group, and doing it in team. And I think that they're doing some really good things, and you got to give credit to the players for their effort, but to our coaches, because they've really, I'd say it's not emphasis, it's their job, but like they've really been, not hard on them, but they're demanding and they're going after it and they're working, and our players are receiving it, and so it's been good. So it doesn't guarantee anything, but I have seen them getting after it and doing some really nice things.
Derek, dovetailing with that, the offensive line in particular, with Denzel Good's retirement.
Yeah.
What have you seen out of Lester Cotton?
Yeah, I'm so Paul, I'm so proud of Lester. Yeah, how I say, when he first came in, one of the first questions he asked me, he says, this was in Alameda. He says, what do I need to do to be your starting guard? That's what he asked me, And I was like, what a question, And I said, man, just keep working your butt off, At the time, you could look back and see who we had there and things like that. It was going to be hard for him. But I told Lester when we were walking to our car the other day, I said, Lester, I'm so proud of you, because through the cuts, through the re-signs, through the this, through the that, all this kind of new schemes, you have done nothing but put your head down. You've been in there with AJ Nibel. You've worked your butt off, and now you're getting reps and all these kind of things. And I said, you look good, man. You're doing some good things. And so I don't know, where he's at with everything, like as Carm would know, or Josh would know. But I can tell you just how proud of him I am. Hopefully that says, what I'm trying to say, what I see about him, how much he's come from when I first saw him.
Last year we We talked before the Thanksgiving game, and you sort of recollected a time of when you and your brother would play Thanksgiving mornings and then go in and watch it, and what it meant to you. And I was looking at some of your milestone games, right? Like your 100th game, your first game here in Vegas, the first Thanksgiving game. To go back to the preseason question, have you sort of had a chance to think about what it would be like to, even if you took one snap at the Hall of Fame game, this would be your first trip there to Canada? I mean, as a player on this weekend.
Yeah, we got to go. Was it the symposium they used to do in Ohio? Like when I guess I'm that old now, but like we used to go. Like we went to the Hall of Fame, and so we did those things. So like. To me, like to be able to play in that game, obviously would be awesome. Especially against a good football team. Good front, good cover guys, good linebackers. It'd be fun to see it, and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, like we're in training camp, so like my mind is like, what do I have to do this afternoon? You know what I mean? Like I got a lot in the meetings, I got a lot in the walkthrough that is already going through my head, and so I haven't even, if I'm honest, I haven't thought about it. What that would be like. But I'm assuming, the more that I think about it, it would be absolutely it'd be cool. I think it was Josh's like high school too, wasn't it? Like his stadium. So I know that's cool for him, to go back. So
Derek, from a quarterback position, with all the weapons that you have in the receiving core, do you visualize now maybe throwing more deeper passes down the field with all the new toys you have?
Yeah, that's a great question. I got to be honest. I thought the last couple of years we've done that. In this system, I don't know. I haven't played, games in this system yet. Seen that flow of how he calls them, where he wants the ball to go, all that kind of stuff. You'd have to, go look back to his past. I know I'm willing. I know we're able. We'll see. But right now we're just working a lot of speed option, triple option type things right now. So.
Derek, when you guys go 11 on 11, 7 on 7, it's getting pretty competitive with guys like Brock Yassine and Anthony Averett and Nate Hobbs and Trayvon. What do you see from that group over there?
Just, like you said, I think y'all all see it too. They're really competitive. Like, they're making plays on some really good players, and it's not just routes on the air. When they're playing man coverage, it's sticky. They're doing some good things, and again, that's a credit to the coaches. It's the scheme, the players buying in to how they want to do things. Hey, using our fundamentals, not your own. That kind of thing. Everyone has been in different schemes. Everyone's been in it, but how do we do it our way? And I think everyone's buying in, and I think when everyone buys in and does it right, the proof is on the film. That hey, when you do it right, this is what it should look like. And so they're super competitive. They're challenging me to make really tight throws. Some tighter throws than some games. They're really doing a good job of covering, and proud of those guys. And sometimes obviously with the talent that we have, they get beat here and there on certain things, but that's not a knock. It's definitely not a knock on them. But I've been really impressed with all our secondary and the covering skills that they've had, and I'm excited to watch them work. Again, it's a process, but they're doing some really good things.
Their initial takeaways on the new receivers. You got Hollins, Robinson, and Cole.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You said Robinson.
Keelan Cole.
Cole. Yep. So Keelan has really impressed me with. His ability to turn in the air, to make catches, his ability on the sideline, he's really good. There's never a doubt if he's in or out. Like some guys have a natural feel of where they're at on the field. He runs some really crisp routes. Robinson has done, he's flashed that talent, that speed that we've seen, happen against us, for a few years. And, he's flashed those same things here, that ability to be, someone that can stretch the field and also run the intermediate to short stuff and, make something happen afterwards. And Mac, he's someone that he does everything. He's a big body. Obviously, he's made a great career, and playing some special teams things and being able to play all the positions at receiver. And I think I try and tell guys all the time too, and Mac is like an indication of that. Like, try and learn it all. If you can jump in at this spot or you can jump in here, it just helps your ability to play for a long time. And Mac reminds me of that. He learns it all, and he's one of the first guys I've seen where maybe he's not the number one target right now or things like that, but people gravitate towards him because of his work ethic. They want to sit around him, they want to be around him. Obviously, you guys know he's he's a cool guy. Guys want to be around him, but it's all football, and his ability to tell the young guys, like, man, this is how I did it. Like, come on, if you're not one of the top guys, you got to play special teams. What are you doing? Let's go. And his ability to push guys in that direction has been impressive. To get that out of guys, because how if I played receiver and I was the number one guy in my college, when you come here, you're like, dang, I got to run down on a kickoff, all that kind of stuff. But Mac does a good job of, helping guys understand what it's like to be a pro.
In your opinion, is it the deepest wide receiver room that you've ever had in your career?
I don't know. We'll see. On paper, it looks great and it's exciting. I get that. I was excited, for everyone that we have added, but we got to prove that. It's an exciting time from when we go out to practice that you can roll guys in and they can all play at a high level. But practice and games are two different things, and so I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm always optimistic, but I'm just trying. In my last few years, just stay like this, and keep enjoying the process. Keep enjoying getting better with each receiver, and see where that takes us.
Two things. One, AJ Cole not thrilled with your haircut.
I know. That was a funny quote, by the way.
But also, on a serious, I know you're going to prepare for your season, you're focused on you guys, but like the whole NFL world was talking about the Kyler Murray situation, his contract.
Yeah.
What was going on. I wonder if you had thoughts on it. Is that something like quarterbacks kind of share, like a group text, something like that, of everybody kind of talking about a thing like that happens?
It depends, like what quarterbacks you know. I didn't talk to anybody about it. I know a lot of quarterbacks in my 9 years. I've gotten to know a lot of them, and we didn't say anything about it. I don't know his situation. I don't know their GM like that. I don't know Kyler that close. I've talked to him a couple of times. But at the end of the day, I mean, I just hope for him that just want to eliminate the distractions and go play football. That's just in my mind. As a young player that he is, and he's super talented, super successful. You just eliminate those distractions. Don't even worry about it, man. Just keep playing, be a good teammate, and lead your team. It's hard standing up here asking questions, answering questions. We've been through some things in these years. It's hard getting up here all the time and having to answer certain things about the business side or this or that. And hopefully he can just kind of put that aside and answer them and move on and just play football. So I wish that for him. I didn't talk to anybody about it. But my thoughts on it are just go play football. I hope he's doing great.
You'll grow the hair back out, or what?
Nah. Like AJ asks me every day. He's like, hair is supposed to go the other way. Yours just keeps getting shorter. And I was like, AJ, I think that ship has sailed.
So Derek, let me ask you just for you personally.
Yeah.
When you watch game film from in a 7-day period, how many hours do you put in?
I knew that question. My wife was counting the other day. She was like, I'm not going to get into that. I don't even want to look. I hope Kyler's doing great. Myself, I watch a lot of film. Yeah, I'm leaving it at that. I was leaving it at that.
All right, guys.
Good. Thank you. Thanks, guys.